they get to change things moving on, or will it be a bit difficult to find the motivation? We'll see. Time will tell.
All right, we've got Ariel moving above the ladder. Does he dare drop down? Boomich is waiting for him. Very quick reload of the CZ. That could have been punished. And it won't be. There's a two-man spray down from him, and he moves away to reload once again. Always nice to have a CZ or a 5-7 in a place where you might get rushed. The numbers game might come in at close quarters. X7 trying to deliver some headshots, and there's not going to be much progress from ENCE in this pistol round. It was a really difficult game of Inferno, and maybe Train will be the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be really interesting to see whether Na'Vi can get off to a really strong start here and knock ENCE off their game much like Force did. Because on the CT side of Train, if you get that economy rolling, it does get quite difficult on the T side of things. So we'll see if ENCE have anything to throw in Na'Vi. It's a very tactical map, and given that Sonny's just jumped into the team, I'm unsure, with some role switching around, how ENCE are going to approach this. I'd imagine they're going to be fairly aggressive, try to play the trade game. And they will just run into the bomb site and get fully regs. And, why wouldn't they? They went for a full save.
Just like the first half, really. The first game that we saw from ENCE. Now, notably, they've only managed to get 1 kill so far. That's X7. Which means that the CTs have more money than they otherwise would be. Sometimes there's anti-ecos and so on. Might cost you a player here and there, but that's not the case in this situation. ENCE now will have limited grenades in their first buy round. They have enough, however. Got some flashbangs. That will help stop the CTs make their way... Excuse me. That will stop the CTs... or help stop them from making their way towards the ladder position. You saw there was a push from Na'Vi very early on, nothing seen early towards B, and that will allow Electronic to stay in situ and have 4 players towards the A bomb site. The timing from Electronic deploys the smoke grenade immediately, and the MP7 is a good tool for the job.
Yeah, it certainly is. Na'Vi rotating everybody towards the B bomb site, so they really have a good idea of what's happening. They've got 3, well, Electronic and Zeus and Simple all present. Flamey's playing very defensively towards Ivy. Electronic goes back towards A, though. Boomich in the pop dog position will catch X7 lurking. Now, Na'Vi, again, they've got Zeus and Simple there to defend this B bomb site as the push comes in here from ENCE to jump across from Zeus.
Wow.
Bad work and all with the MP9. Good gun for the job, and it's just Sonny left against the entire team. Not an easy task, and he'll get traded out after all. So good defense from Na'Vi. They seem to read that. They saw it coming from miles away. Yeah,
I don't know what gave them that information that gave them a bigger investment towards that B bomb site. But again, that's 3 rounds now where ENCE have a combined 2 kills. So with the full buyout for everybody, everyone but Simple has got over $5,000 in the bank. So it's a very good situation for Na'Vi early, especially having Simple on AWP. Time will tell if he will continue with potential new rosters on the way for Na'Vi upon Zeus's exit. You can see Boomich harassing, but Zeus will be taken up towards the B bomb site now. Sergey may have a read that there's only 1 player there, but he's not going to over-invest, and this may bring even 2 players towards the B bomb site. So if they play it slow ENCE, perhaps they can find another gap.
Yeah, Simple, the only man for Na'Vi looking in towards the B bomb site. Na'Vi feeling all the pressure towards A at the moment, but the smoke towards Pop Dog will slow things down. A minute to go now, and ENCE, they only have a flashbang. It's on Sergey, and Sergey is towards the B bomb site. So it looks like ENCE are going to combine forces, rally themselves towards this B site, and make the play. Electronic goes close, though, with the AK, and Simple a bit further back with the AWP. So the defense looks pretty nice here for Na'Vi. Boomich has pushed Ivy all the way around, so Na'Vi should understand this is happening. Flamey's covering for any lurks, but Na'Vi knows this is coming for sure.
Sergey speed sings up a little, easily avoided by Simple. Opening frag for him, and there goes another one. Target practice for Na'Vi in this round, and again, just the 1 kill for ENCE. So they've made it to 3 frags in 4 rounds. Once more, we'll keep an eye on the CT economy. Is giving them more room to breathe. So it looks rough for ENCE, and it's no big surprise in that respect. You swap out your in-game leader as your first official, and you've had minimal time to practice.
Yeah.
So I don't think... I mean, obviously, it's disappointing if you're tuning in and you're waiting to see what new ENCE looks like, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary to have a start like this.
Yeah, I completely agree. Not too much time after the major to really do much in terms of prep work. So, ENCE be occupying the whole white halls here. Boomich will take a forward position in CT. Sorry, in team main. Oh, he's going very deep. Look at that flashbang. My God, Boomich is. Can you believe that he's squawking all the way forward? That is pretty unbelievable.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there, but never mind. 4-0, and there are flames around Flamey, but he's still alive for now. This has proven to be a very expensive round for Na'Vi. But again, the lack of frags in the rounds prior will certainly help, but that money can be drained pretty damn quickly. Flamey picks up the AWP. Sometimes he will wield it for Na'Vi, but of course, being low health, he can't take a duel, can't take a fight, so he'll pick it up on this occasion. So ENCE have found their way onto the scoreboard, and they look to survive with 4 players, Alu with an AWP of his own. So again, there is some hope, there is some positivity early.
Yeah, it certainly is lots to work with. ENCE have to find success once again with this. For Na'Vi, it's interesting because Boomich managed to push team main and actually get a lot of information for Na'Vi, but ENCE, they moved very quickly, so they were Na'Vi were unable to really play off of Boomich's forward position. We'll see now, as you mentioned, that AWP saved, so Na'Vi will not be turning for a buy at all. And they will be looking to reassert themselves in this round. I wonder if they'll keep things proactive. It's actually so fun to watch Boomich on Na'Vi because he's the player that really gets in there, makes all the flank plays, goes for the entries, pretty aggressive, supports as well, does it all. But Sonny's going to take him down with a headshot from the AK as they push forwards, ENCE. However, we do get some frags coming back. 3 coming back in the way of Na'Vi, looking to hold on to this A-bomb side. ENCE have not gained much position there. Now it's going to be tough.
Alu out in the open. Can he pull players back to him? Well, if that was the plan, then he'll definitely do that, but I did wonder where the bomb was. Oh, simple. He's fallen to the flames. Look at Zeus and Flamey. They've got a combined 22 HP. It looks brutal with the flurry of kills on the A-bomb site, but the A-bomb site is where the remainder of Na'Vi may fall. We still have Flamey on the B-bomb site trying to figure out what's going on. There's no one here to boost Zeus. He will show some presence with the AWP. There's no dangerous grenades for ENCE to throw towards him. Of course, he's got 3 HP. And Flamey's just holding in the back. It seems that Na'Vi might not know where the second player is. Maybe they're trying to be... Maybe ENCE trying to draw him towards A while the bomb goes towards B, but they should know now. He's close enough to know Zeus, but he can't find the tag. And you do wonder if they'll save now. Again, with the HP, they can't really take any fights, and it seems like it's another one for ENCE.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the buy goes. Zeus will be fine. Obviously, it's going to be the second round of loss bonus coming in for Na'Vi, so that's going to be $2,400 for them. Sorry, $1,900 for them. So Zeus will be okay. Flamey's going to probably need to hold on to the AWP. Obviously, Zeus will drop the AWP he's holding now to simple. So it's going to be a bit sketchy, but Electronic can drop a rifle as well, so they should be fine for a full buy. And ENCE, though, getting some traction here, finding success on that aggression. It wasn't looking great for a moment there, but Ali managed to save it. I think that frag towards Sandwich was really key.
I once played pool with Alu in the hotel opposite DreamHack in Yongshiping.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he was really drunk, but I was. It was a good time. A long time ago.
That pool table, man, it
wasn't the best, was it?
It wasn't the best, dude.
It wasn't the best. The structural integrity was most certainly compromised. It was
questionable.
Not the place for a competitive game of pool, to say the least.
I agree. So Na'Vi, if they're able to win this next round, they'll be able to stabilize. But if they don't, ENCE will start to take some momentum in this T side. And that'd be great for them, considering all they got on the previous map against fours was just 4 rounds. So looking to turn things around quickly here and activates.
There's a technical pause at the moment. One player needs to reconnect to the server for Na'Vi. Nero Simple, the king of fridge magnets in Counter-Strike. And Nero Sunny, who's finally back on professional team. Haven't seen him for a while. Flaming's lost a lot of weight. He's looking pretty healthy.
He's done a good job. He's done a good job. Saw some fluctuations for a while, and then he just boom. He worked it out. He found the system that works clearly.
A lot of people are getting on the fitness, which is good. It's really good. It's promising. I think with if you look at some of the orgs which have been bought by sports teams, especially in America, and the facilities that they have, I would have expected progress from some teams earlier, because I'll just make people go to it. If I was the org, I'm like, you're doing this. Here's a personal trainer.
The problem is controlling the food, James. I think that's the real issue. That's where the real results come.
If you remember, one of the CLG teams had a chef, and they were still just eating crap and not really using the chef. But I suppose that you go through a period of maturity. You can't call people out too much for, being gamers, if you will. But yeah, with those facilities available and personal trainers and so on. Oh, I guess part of it is all the travel, isn't it?
That's the thing. Like, the travel is really a killer, and having consistency behind a die, which makes things very difficult in terms of food, which I think also means if you're more prone to gaining weight, it's going to be difficult. It's going to require a concerted effort to keep it off. That's for sure.
Can you guys, I don't know if you all follow me on Twitter, but of course we're in Moscow, and Edward Snowden lives in Moscow, and I'm trying to get him to come to Blast Pro Series to TriCast with us. And he's not replying to my tweets, so if you guys could go and just reply to my last tweet and be like, come on, Snowden. Go and cast with James. I'd appreciate it.
Have you met him before, James?
I have not met him before, no.
Is he a personal hero of yours, or?
No, I just think it would be fun. Why not? I mean, to spice up life in Moscow. I don't know what he gets up to, if he's learned Russian, if he's going to be here for the rest of his life or what, but I mean, why the hell not? Have some fun, eh? What's the worst that could happen? He's releasing his memoirs. So it's well timed. Nice. There's some free promo for him. Get on Reddit. There's a Reddit post in there. Edward Snowden tri-casting Counter-Strike with a Blast Pro Series. I think that's sort of mutual benefit. Everybody wins from that situation.
Nice.
So he just needs to reply to my tweet. Come on, Snowden. He's probably tuned in, to be honest. I feel like he's got like a bunch of PCs in a Faraday cage somewhere. Like that Mel Gibson movie from back in the day. And he's read my tweets and he's like, what is Blast Pro Series? He's tuned in. He's trying to find out if I'm crazy. Come on, Snowden. We're in Dynamo, right?
Yeah.
We're in Dynamo in Moscow, and we'll make space. We'll bring in another chair. Let's get the TriCast for the Moscow fans tomorrow.
Well, James, you've effectively covered up the break, because we're back into the action now. So good job. Just own that one. That's some good fill right there. So, okay, well, Na'Vi, they haven't actually bought anything yet, which they should be. Only half of them have. So, yeah, looks like it's not live. It's NL.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands, North London.
Come on, Snowden. I know you're out there.
Come on. It's very rude that he's ignoring you, I've got to say.
I know, can you believe it? I sent him not one, but 2 tweets.
I retweeted it as well.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess we need a round whistle, and we're waiting for an update ourselves as to exactly what the issue is. But if we hear from production, we'll let you guys know.
I've got Moscow money. I was expecting like Russian money, should I say?
This is a dream for you.
I went to the ATM and I was like, all right, let me get out 5,000 rubles, and I got a 5,000 ruble note, which is not, not the most ideal situation. I would have liked some smaller change, but there is a statue on there, but I can't read the.
That's like 60 quid or something.
Yeah, it is about 60, 65 pounds.
Yeah.
So just in one note is a pain.
It's supposed to be nice for you. I mean, for those of you that don't know, James' favorite cocktail is a Moscow Mule. So now he finds himself in Moscow. How have the Moscow Mules been, James?
It's been pretty good. Moscow Mules, Negronis. I can't get too far away from Campari, so I'm liking the Moscow Mules, but also the Negronis. I'm a big fan of Negronis. Negronis.
I hate them. It's really popular.
Is it a Campari?
I hate Campari.
Oh, that's
it's
a
really
problem.
popular in Italy, and when I was living there,
No, good on it.
people. I tried it quite a lot, but I just couldn't. It's just disgusting to me. It is disgusting.
I'm going to try simple settings when I get to Los Angeles. I need to raise my sends. It used to be a lot higher, so I'm thinking, why don't I just make it simple settings and see what happens. I appreciate. I can see all the guys who are tweeting Snowden. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, guys. I appreciate this. Let's get them Snowden tweets going. Let's make an avalanche of Snowden tweets. That's why they pay me the money.
Just some money. Not going to specify any large amount of money, but just some.
That's why they pay me £5 an hour. Okay, so we're waiting for a round restore and one person to reconnect. In the meantime, let's get the Snowden tweets going. Zeus seems to be in good spirits today. I know Blast gave him a cake earlier, yesterday rather, with his face on. I do wonder if I was in one of his recent blogs, because when we were in Berlin, in the catering area where the food was excellent, by the way, after one of the matches, which they won, he was in the catering area with his videographer. And I walked by and I said, Bulshaya Pabieda.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, which roughly translates into big victory.
How roughly?
Which I learned because there's a version of Street Fighter where Zangief says it, but he says Bolshoi Pabieda, but it's actually Bulshaya Pabieda. So it does translate into big victory. Where I used to play poker, there were loads of Russian girls who were waiting staff, and they were teaching me Russian.
The other thing I know is Harosho. Harosho Snowden.
Do you want to explain what the word means?
Generally, come on.
Generally, you would
on.
explain the word after saying it's the only word I know. Unless you're Dan, of course, who'll just say the word with no explanation. Because why?
I don't do the work. You have to do the work.
It's like, that's why I finished the sentence.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, keep the tweets coming, boys and girls. Do it, Snowden. Come on, Snowden. Yes. I'm loving this. This is fantastic.
What if he responds to you, James, and just says no?
That's okay.
Are you gonna persist?
I'll be disappointed.
Or are you gonna
I'll be disappointed. It's up to him. I will say if he says no, I'll say okay. I thank you for responding. I would appreciate it if you tuned into the broadcast in case that would change your mind. Have a look at it, see if you enjoy it. Pretty easy stuff. I don't know. He gets all kinds of ridiculous.
He's probably not into video games. Or maybe he is. I mean,
He's got something. What's he doing with his time?
I don't know.
Who's paying him? Who's paying him money?
Exactly. World of Warcraft would have been a good pastime for him.
I feel like this is. I don't know if we could compensate him, but just bring the book. We can have the book in the middle of the. If there's like,
or rate it,
if it's
read it,
depending on the match, the analysis could just be. I don't know.
Would you, if he came on and he said he would only do it if you'd like for the audiobook version, you read the whole thing? Would you do that?
If I mean for him to. So
your voice is what people will hear when they listen to the audiobook.
I'll do it. With some kind of. I need to be compensated for my time. That feels like a lot of time, but I'll do it. I'd love to do that. Yeah. Why not?
I'd say
the girls would love it. We've met people at majors before, and we met like a husband and wife team at MLG Columbus, if you remember.
I remember them, yeah.
And the guy said that his wife lets him watch more Counter-Strike when we're commentating because she liked listening to us. But I think that was partly the shenanigans.
Yeah, we had a lot more shenanigans in those days. Because it was the DDoS days. So it was required. I think a lot of those casts we were quite delirious from lack of sleep on top of the DDoS.
Yeah, man. Loving life. Ariel's 006. He's soon to be James Bond. The game has been unpaused. So it looks like we're about to get into things. So I'm not exactly sure what someone was having some kind of issue, I think, on Navi's side. And I like to think it's been solved because they're just testing at the moment. I think it's a sound-related issue for one of the players. So they're doing some testing at the moment. They're jumping around the server to identify if they've solved the issue. Yeah, it was electronic, I believe. I could be mistaken, but okay, it was one of the Navi players. But the issue has been solved. The round will be restored, and then we'll get back into the action.
Back into the action. Man, the DDoS days seem so long ago.
It's because they were.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy that was a chapter that at the time seemed like it would never end. Seemed like he was just living in this hell of, of all the matches we were trying to cast just getting cancelled and delayed by like an hour in the middle of the match. Anyway, here we go. Back into the action here at Blast Pro Series. Moscow and Na'Vi. Their economy is being threatened. They must win this round to stabilize. And never mind. Okay, looks like we get another restore. I thought that was it. I was getting into the...
You were misled. You were misled, Dan.
I was getting into the swing of it.
They tricked you. Somebody tweeted me and said, the Moscow Mule has nothing to do with Moscow, by the way. It was invented in US, LA, I think. That does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me.
There's a cool Moscow Mule bar there you should check out, James.
You told me about this.
Yeah. But you don't tend to take my advice on more or less anything, so...
The same could be said for you, Dan.
Okay, looks like there's another problem.
Bad at taking advice.
It's like, no, so for example, I was telling James for like, I think at least 2 years that you should raise your sensitivity because for specific reasons that the way that you're using your mouse, like that your mouse technique is not compatible with the sensitivities you're using. Then you watch a Rambo video and you're like, oh, I should do this now.
Yeah.
And
he communicated it in a great way. But I told you for years that you should be making videos about mousing stuff and mousing styles and so on.
I made a podcast about
it. And you didn't, so we're as guilty as each other, Dan.
What do you mean?
We'll be sitting next to each other in jail. We'll be talking to each other through the bars over the wall.
No, I really hope not. I'm not going to jail, James. Maybe you are, but not me.
One day we'll all be in some kind of jail. We're in technical pause jail right now. But, you know, we've got character. We've got lots to say.
We can ask... Well, never mind. So you're finally going to change after all these years.
I'm going up. Yeah, I'm going up in send. That said, I used to have a high send. Right now, my send is 1.15. Before that, it was 1.3-ish. And I think it may have been 1.5 at some point, which is about what Simple has at 800 DPI.
Okay, I was going to say.
At 800 DPI.
Okay, so you're finally going to change it. And it took years.
I'm going up again. The reason, the thing is, I spent some time going down because I kept overshooting when I was aiming because of my awful mousing style. So I was like, well, what if I just bring my sends down until I don't overshoot anymore? Which is where, well, no, I went down to 0.9, but then I was getting like really bad RSI. So I went up to 1.15, but I'm going to go up to like at least 1.3. 1.3 to 1.5. But I think I'm going to just use all of Simple settings, like his video settings as well, because I think I'd be a better sniper with those settings. Which I thought for like years, but I didn't want to kind of devolve. I play on native at the moment, but obviously I used to play in a 102, 47, 68 days. But that's so long ago that I don't know how relevant it is, but why not find out? I don't like to change my... It's not something I do lightly, but I've been thinking about this for about 2 years, if not more. So we shall see. So I don't know exactly what the issue is, but I do think it is on the Na'Vi side. I remember Boston, the Boston Major in the hotel, the doors opened, and on the other side of the doors was Boomich, and he is not a small person. And I basically couldn't leave the lift until he moved out of the way. It was really funny. Because it was like, I don't know, like it was just this giant challenge. I was like, oh, God.
I remember playing the show match with him, and and it was really awesome because he's so communicative, like so positive, so happy, so energetic, and you can see that like in the way that he plays the game, especially with Na'Vi. A lot of the roles that he has is awesome. I think obviously he needs some maturing as a player, obviously more experience, but I think he could be a really good in-game leader type. We'll have to see. Well, we're back into it again. Let's see if I get trolled once more. Looking good so far. So indeed, Na'Vi must win this round to have their economy stabilize. And oh god, that's a lot of damage. That's some very deep grenades coming in from Na'Vi. Alu's down to 43, Aerial down to 27. The Simple looks for the flick towards B. He's not going to find that one. That was a close one though. Look how active Na'Vi are, my goodness. Oh my god, they are just taking names.
3 deletions from Na'Vi. They've been very aggressive around that team main position. Sergey and Sunny are left to try and do some damage. And again, with the damage they did prior to the technical pauses, there is something to be done here, even if they can't win the round. In what we've seen from ENCE so far, Sunny's often been one of the last men standing, sometimes with a Desert Eagle. This time with an AK-47, he's going to try and creep in the smoke, but Electronic may have angles, and of course, not one, but two AWPs are now lurking. Electronic takes that one down with ease, and that leaves Sergey to do what he can. He's got his bell rung though, he's on 14 HP. There's some pot shots being taken by Simple, and Boomich will finish off the job.
This is my favorite type of train to see, James. You know, when you get a CT side that's very active, but it's not just madness. There's method behind it. We get the plays. We get those deep nades. Ooh, nice connection there initially from Electronic. Then the double peek comes in, high, low. Boomich change up positions. At the same time, we had Simple taking aggressive shots up B ramp on the B bomb side. So Na'Vi will take down ENCE and take down their economy. And if ENCE are losing this round, they will be back onto eco territory. So definitely don't want to be doing that. Oh no, I think Flamey definitely meant to take a shot there. Missed opportunity. That's good for ENCE though. They'll take some position towards Ivy. Double ops have been fun. They're fun to watch for Na'Vi. As you mentioned before, James, Flamey tends to pick up the second one.
Minute 20 on the clock. ENCE will give no more sound cues. As you can see on the radar, there's nobody too close to main for Na'Vi. Boomich starts to wonder as he moves out of the ladder position. Will he go close? Will there be a pop flash? Zeus is just spotting at the back, so they're playing retake on the B-bomb site. There's a warning. Zeus has got full grenades. I do wonder if a Molotov, for example, will go on a default bomb plant to try to delay things, or if he will focus on using the AUG with an angle. 49 seconds, and there's a very deep flashbang. Aerial makes his way out. No challenges just yet. Zeus sees a lot. The HE might do something. He won't have position, though, for the Molotov, and he will get his head absolutely split in half.
That's not a good look. Now, decisions for Na'Vi. They don't really have a huge bank to play with, so they will go for the save. ENCE could try to investigate, but they themselves are lacking economy, so definitely some decisions to be made, and there's not a bad one to be made there. You can go for it with one player or two, or just decide to keep the integrity of your money. X7, how far will he go? Looks like he's just going to be holding the off angle of the stairs there, and it's like everyone will survive that is currently alive. ENCE finding some success once more on the B bomb sites. What is the response here for Na'Vi? Zeus can buy himself. Flamey can drop one. So it's still going to be a full buy here for Na'Vi. ENCE looking much more competitive, though, than Inferno against Force, which is good if you are a fan of Team ENCE. So timeout coming in here for Na'Vi. Got the Mag 7 on Boomich. So a few ways to play that. Given what some of the things we've seen from him, I wouldn't be too surprised if he's going to try to set up a forward position in T main with it, actually. That would be quite cool to see. T main Mag 7, let's go.
Nah, he's going ladder. It's got to be. I would be impressed, I'll say that much. If he went to T main with a Mag 7, I would be impressed.
Yeah. Oh, Ariel's hit the 007, Jake.
He is 007. There were pictures of the from the new film set, and people were trying to figure out, because it's always like a new Omega watch with the
oh, really?
with each film, so
Nice.
they're trying to figure out what's going on there. But me, I miss the classics, the mil-spec watches. But anyway, 2-round leads. Boomich, where is he headed with the Mag 7? It is going to be towards the ladder position. He's messed up all his grenades, but he's got position, and that's more important than said grenades. Blind, he did what he could. Sergey will try to clear up the upper B position. Flamey's been taken up. Boomich, what's he doing up there?
Sergey's going to investigate. He's going to find Zeus, but he knows he's got Boomich in his back. Boomich with the bomb. Boomich looking for the AK. Not sure if he's going to find that one. He's going to just have to rely on playing these close ranges, which is very doable, of course, with the Mag 7. It's going to be interesting to see if they can take him out. They set up a perimeter to contain Boomich, and now he's dead. But Simple's still on the B-bomb sites, and Electronics over towards A. They've got no idea where either of them are. And Simple is on that AWP. So what do ENCE do? Okay, Electronics, he's gone walkabouts, and he's found his demise.
Presence will be shown. Simple will be entertained. Oh, he's got a gap. he has a gap. However, the B-bomb site has been cleared, so I doubt he will be seeing the bomb anytime soon. The grenades will continue. There's no connection with the flames. They don't know where he is, but 1 versus 4. I don't expect it. It's a lot of grenade spam from X7. And we've got a ENCE player moving towards connector as well. Side plant, very cheeky indeed. Brazen, in fact. So I guess they have an idea as to where Simple might be. Because he didn't have all the cover in the world to that plant, but here we are.
So win if Simple just hangs out here, though, because he can get a kill and then know that he's going to be safe. He's going to know that this was just a distraction. So if it's just a distraction, that means that most of the other team is in the towards the B-bomb site. So it's all really about dealing with X7 there towards IV. And oh, very nice, Simple-esque. Indeed, swapping out for the Dragon Lore. Respect it. 1 peak too much. And that's the AWP gone. The money, it's just good enough. I mean, Simple and Flamey can both buy AWPs, and Na'Vi can force around it. So honestly, I would expect to see that. And then the Simple instantly buys an AWP. And what else we got here? Flamey. Oh, actually, okay. So they're going to half buy around it. Interesting. Alrighty.
HE's towards main, maybe? There goes one. And there goes another one, but not all the damage in the world. Right, Dennis. Operation Simple must frag at this point. He is the one with the ranges looking down Ivy, not seeing anything just yet. Suddenly starting to creep, but surely the ladder position was heard. That's a big headshot from Electronic, and this has collapsed already for ENCE. Simple taking Alu out. And there are 3 players remaining. Electronic staring at a weapon. Aerial's lost position now. Simple goes to a more aggressive spot, and Aerial's got to be careful, but Simple, he was exposed towards the ladder room. Though Boomich is in there, so maybe he just wants a safer position overall. They don't know the status of Ivy. Well, they do now with that Molotov going through. So there's 1 towards main, 1 towards Ivy. So Simple's trying to do something, but yet hold cover.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary position when you have to do 180s. You know, you got to cover both IV and T-main. It's not comfortable in the slightest. He'll get some high ground here, see if he can find anything out as he repositions. Really smart stuff. Get that reposition going. And all the way towards connector. So that's beautiful. I think Simple's position there was very difficult. So I'm glad that he's found a better one. And so in the meantime, 40 seconds for them to find a way to plant the bomb. Flamey on the off angle towards team main, waiting for his opponents. Cursory check. Oh, there's some sound cues for him. Knows one's gone to Olofmeister, surely. Flank comes in as well. I believe that's Boomich. Indeed it is. Boomich soon to arrive at the back of team main. Flamey playing the time. ENCE will be forced forwards very soon. Nice first frag, but there's the trade. They've got to find a way to plant the bomb. Where is safe? There's the smoke to go to cover. Simple takes down the cover in X7. And Ariel just trying to spin around, trying to get this plant, but Deuce nails him through the smoke and denies the plant. Great half buy there with the dedicated AWP from Simple. That is not bad, is it?
What just happened there? I don't know. Interesting stuff. But yeah, that was very promising. The 5-7 play around the E-box was really important as well. Just at the end there, man like Zeus with the headshot. 6-4 is indeed the score. 2 AWPs, 3 if you include the one on Alu on the server, 2 of which of course are with the likes of Na'Vi. Sunny trying to avoid those initial grenades. Boomich changing things up, can't play the same every round, although he seems to play around the ladder room between these smokes. Something which Automatic used to do when there was an execute onto the A-bomb site from a T team. He would put a forward smoke grenade to get some cover and keep an eye on the main area. Electronic though will take Sunny out on this occasion. And there's a push coming in towards the B-bomb site. Simple can rotate fast enough, but can he find the frags?
Well, he is looking, but the smoke will obscure his vision for the time. The smoke himself to get some more position as ENCE will occupy that B-bomb site. Plenty of time for them to get the plant though and sweat it out. But might want to use the cover of those smokes to get that bomb down. Electronic coming in from CT. Fast movement now from Na'Vi as they start to press onto the B-bomb site. He's double ops, a little bit awkward here. Electronic has a lot of work on his hands. This kind of, okay, nice cover there from Electronic. I thought that he'd get nailed by Alu there, but he does open up some space. But 2 orbs is very awkward. My God, Simple. Of course he hits that. Why not? X7 left in the 1 versus 2. Well, sorry, Sergey's there as well. He's got 5 HP though. He's barely standing, in fact. Flaming with the cover up high. Does he get the peek? He nails it. In comes X7. My God, Na'Vi know exactly what's up, and just in time for the defuse.
Those flicks from Simple, he practices those. That's part of his warm-up. All day he does those from different angles, different directions. There's a particular map which really helps you practice those kind of things where plays are at different elevations, so you can practice all kinds of different aiming, but that's what he practices. He drills those for a reason. Those corrections for a battle sniper, really important, and that's an important 7th round for Na'Vi. They put ENCE into eco territory despite the bomb plant. They'll find themselves on pistols for the most part. A UMP for Sergey. Now, these rounds have not been so successful on either map so far for ENCE. They're trying to make their way in towards the A bomb site, but the bomb's being dropped and the plays are being dropped just as fast. Flamey get caught completely blind, but the cavalry is here and ends up being trampled by the horses. Okay.
Oh my God.
Maybe there's a chance. The smoke is still up. He could potentially even find a weapon.
Alu. This is not what Alu's known for, James. He's not known for this. Dirty Deagle plays. Oh my goodness. Gets a 3rd as well. And Electronics on 8 points of health. How has Alu made this possible? Unfortunately, all possibilities will come to a close thanks to Electronic, but he made us sweat for a moment there.
That got pretty juicy from out of nowhere.
Oof.
Sparks of brilliance from Alu. I didn't even see that one.
Wait, was that a kill?
I think that maybe it was a second earlier. I don't know.
I think maybe did he just get a kill before he switched to his pod?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that must have been it.
My brain is melting trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But the Max 7's back on Boomich. We've got some early grenades again, trying to delay the CTs from getting into more forward positions, but those grenades continue to direct. Oh my God, I can't even talk anymore. That is a brutal shot. Sergey taking it in the face, in the chest, in the neck, all over the place.
James Snowden responded to you. You better check it out.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
You're serious?
I'm serious.
All right, commentate.
Right, the 4 versus 5 here for ENCE. Going to have to see whether or not they can find a way back into position. Obviously, they're rather locked out. The peek comes in from Boomich, and that's a much-needed opportunity. Perhaps Na'Vi didn't need to take the initiative there. I think ENCE were trying to look for a way in. They were looking to go for a split between Pop and between Team Main. And now Flamey's going to have to... He's got more work on his hands, so he's going to fall back, so he doesn't have to cover 2 positions at once from an exposed angle. And he doesn't have too much help here. It's going to be quite tough to hold this. Here comes the splits in from ENCE. Able to get 1 down. AWP coming in from Simple, looking to push up the old bomb channel. Catches X7 jumping for the bomb. And now ENCE are really in hot water. Electronic, do they understand where Aerial is going? He's actually made his way around the back here. Could he actually get the drop on Simple? And he will. Now down to Electronic in the 1 versus 2, but the bomb has to go down. What's the play here? Electronic gets the drop on Aerial, but he's the one to be dropped. As we'll have the round going to ENCE. They pick up 5 now, a deficit of 3 for them. Not bad considering some of the stuff we've seen out of Na'Vi. It's a decent recovery, all things considered. We just had 3 in a row from Na'Vi, of course. So we'll have to see if ENCE can continue this. They've actually finally, I say finally, you know, we haven't really seen Na'Vi full eco. We've got the AWP for Simple again, and everybody else fully investing. Last time they made this, they actually converted this. Na'Vi converted around like this before. Can they do it again? Sergey looking to make things difficult. There's some good damage. The trades actually, it's a 3v3. Once again, looks doable.
1 minute 30 on the clock. There's plenty of time to do this, but it won't be easy. Nothing has been easy so far for ENCE today in Moscow. A jump pick from Simple, and Alu gets taken out by Flamey. And Simple can focus on other angles. Zeus has now got the bomb in his hands, and X7 is last man standing, looking for a second frag. Running out of bullets, though. He knows that Zeus is towards B, could be behind him on the ladder. Flamey finishes off the job, though, with that Desert Eagle. Now, maybe 5 rounds is enough for ENCE on the T side. Once they take control on the CT side and have all the angles, things could be very different, but there is another round on the board to potentially grab before we move to halftime.
Absolutely, and it's been, ENCE really have had to work very hard for the rounds that they've picked up. Although, I have to also say, I think it's been difficult for them to find any sort of consistency. Na'Vi had that super proactive approach on their CT side to begin with, and it's really cool to see because it's such a disruptive style. Obviously, you open yourself up to more risk doing that on, from the CT perspective. But if you really start to, hammer down a team like ENCE and just knock them out of their defaults, it can be difficult to recover. But it seems to backfire just one too many times for Na'Vi, perhaps, and then they managed to get themselves back into the game. But as you say, this last round's pretty key. I've been enjoying Na'Vi's CT side so far. Boomish back on the Mag 7 jet. James, last time he just walked up the ladder. Well, he
yeah.
didn't walk up here.
He's on some Siphon filter hype. Or maybe he did walk up the ladder, Dan. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe he was sideways all the way, crab walking. And we are into the last round now, and it's a mixed bag for ENCE. But the bag mostly sucks because it's pistols with the 1 AK on X7, and Boomich is being even more aggressive. One meat shot, is he able to escape? He drops the HE grenade, that might help him. He's blind, he's holding his position, and he somehow manages to escape. He's on some David Copperfield hype now. He's got 3 HP.
Yes, he's certainly managed to escape that one. Only a slither left on the HP bar. A lot of play left. Look at this position, Electronic. Isn't that disgusting? That's absolutely disgusting. It's disgraceful. Oh, what a crossfire. Well, it won't be much of a crossfire. Flamey goes to the peak like that. My God. Okay, well, it's going to be a good bait, I suppose, but you definitely don't want to lose a rifler to a Deagle in that position. And they'll now know exactly where Electronic was. However, they aren't really in a position to capitalize. He will find his way out onto, well, towards the A-bomb side here. But CZ not the gun of choice for those Rangers. Oh, Boomish back again with the Mag 7 doing damage. Now it's down to X7. He can't do too much here, too much to handle. 10-5, Na'Vi with a pretty solid CT side. Some good spirit, I think, from ENCE, all things considered. It was hard for them.
Indeed it is. It's break time. We will see you back here soon for the second half.
It's pretty epic.
Oh, I forgot we're still live. There's no ads on this one. It's just the A stream. Yeah, so we're still live.
Oh, wow, okay.
So anyway, we can talk about... All right, so Edward Snowden replied to the tweet, and he said,
very polite.
Man, I haven't seen D-Dust since the Bush administration. Much love for the enthusiasm, but Grandpa can't bunny hop. Best of luck with the tourney. That is the most epic response.
Yeah, that's pretty
that is not the response you were expecting, was it? It can't be. That is unreal.
That's amazing.
I'm going to reply to him and say, well, you're welcome as a guest. As we said, where's my bloody drafts? Okay. I'm going to write... Appreciate the response. Welcome to come and watch as well. There will be a big attendance in... Where are we again? Dynamo. In Dynamo. And there's a place for you on the guest list. If you want it. Can promote your book as well.
Oh my God! I think you've really got in there. Can't turn down the book promotion.
Yeah, man. That's the bait there. The bait is the book promo. That's hilarious. That Edward Snowden's replies to me. That's pretty cool. I hope he's tuned in. I hope he's enjoying.
Oh, you misspelled. It's supposed to be with a Y, like Dynamo, like a.
Is it? I think it was with it was with an I on the underground.
Is it really?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying Dynamo, not Dynamo. Although they said, like, I can't remember what they said, what the voice said.
Yeah, I'm definitely not an authority in any sense.
There we go.
Right.
Man like Edward Snowden.
Indeed. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm actually really, really surprised by that.
That's awesome. Power of Bardolph.
Who's next on the list? That's it.
I don't know who else lives in Moscow.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Does Vladimir live in Moscow?
Excuse me?
Putin? He's a Sambo guy. I'm not a Sambo guy. I've never done Sambo. Some people were confused and thought Samba, which is dancing, but Sambo, I suppose the simplest way to say it is like it's the Russian equivalent of Jiu-Jitsu, for example. I have a Sambo book on pressure points from about 20 years ago. I would have loved to have done some Sambo here, but I think with Jiu-Jitsu, like my limbs are so long that I have to modify every hold. So Sambo would have been crazy, but it would have been awesome to do. But anyway, who knows? There's still a chance. Snowden, if you tuned in, you can come as a guest. If you don't want to try-cast, that's cool. But you're talking about bunny hopping and stuff. You know, that's more than I was expecting. I'm impressed. But, you know, you can come as a guest. Bring the book. I would like a copy, though. I would appreciate a copy. Do you know what I should tweet him? Maybe he can let me... maybe I can go to Snowden and get a copy of the book.
Yeah.
The memoirs.
Yeah.
For my trip to LA. Anyway, we're back into the game. Na'Vi have 10 rounds and they start on the T side. ENCE's turn to defend, but they've got to win this pistol.
Yes. They definitely need to win the pistol. They've been on the struggle bus. They've lost every pistol against Force. Life has not been kind to them here. I think, yeah, they've basically lost every pistol today so far, except this one. Potentially, we'll see. Forward positions here, the two-man. So the two-man setup in the ladder room, the pop dog position, depending on where you're from. Aerial 4 close support towards E-box, covering if there was to be a split through T main as well. So he's rotating the bomb around towards the electronics position around Ivy. So looks like Na'Vi will be setting up that split onto the A-bomb side sooner than later. X7 will be the one to check the Ivy position, as you can see him on your screen now. So it'll be a good old-fashioned split. Looks like Boomish will try to keep some players towards that B-bomb site with that smoke grenade. That will allow some space. And it may have just worked here. The stepping will be heard, but the positioning is not great for ENCE.
They've got 2 players by the ladder room. One's got to watch for the flank. But this could be interesting if they just need to get an opening frag, I think. And that might be one on Simple, not expecting that. But he doesn't know that there are 2 players in there. Even if they take out one, who knows what happens. The frags still keep coming for the CT side. And again, they're surrounded. Despite pushing Ivy, ENCE had good positions with 2 players in the ladder room. So far, so good, but it's still time for Na'Vi to turn it around. Flamey and Electronic both low, but Electronic seems to have a good angle, but he doesn't know that someone is right below him. Sunny will be taken care of by Flamey. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Bombs on the floor, 16 seconds. They've got to find Electronic's got a lot to do. He will find the wrong angle, and ENCE win a much-needed pistol round.
What a relief. What a relief for them, especially on the CT side of Train. It definitely feels good to be able to actually start out and having full utility, not having to decide, are you going to force buy, you're going to save one, and then have a round where you get some rifles but don't have enough utility, and maybe you sacrifice the AWP. Like, just you know, get rid of all that nastiness. Start off, build some bank with those SMGs, but we get the classic force buy with the Krieg. Flamey has sacrificed himself for Simple. He sacrificed himself for the cause. We've got that Krieg in action. We'll have to see if Na'Vi are dangerous with this one. It's so good at punishing what feels like a safe peek. You can see that angle that Simple was holding there. It feels like a safe peek for an SMG to get some information, but boom. Krieg in your face with the laser sights, and that is not fun for you.
Sergey with a very well-timed smoke grenade, it seems. And he quietly moves up the ladder. There can be some nice angles to avoid a lot of flashbangs when you're up there. Some sound cues for the CTs as the Ts make their way towards the B-bomb site. Does that cause a rotation, though? No, they're very committed in that A main position, and someone's got to watch the Ivy area. But there are 2 players on this B-bomb site. Again, the timing of these grenades is pretty good. Does Sergey deploy grenade? No, but he will avoid the flashbang as mentioned. Boomer cheats maybe his own flashbang, and it is easy for Sergey. It is very pedestrian at the moment. Unable to reload just yet, though. Moves back. He's got some great cover. Down to the pistol. Simple will finally get a kill. An opening kill, but there's nobody left. No one to answer the phone. And I think he might have a chance of planting the bomb, but he's going for damage, it seems. He's found one. X7 down to 23 HP. There is a flank slowly coming in. This is only getting worse for Simple. 20 HP now as he eats part of a HE grenade. And there's a CT moving up the oil position as he is distracted by the player on the ladder. And there's a flank from Sunny, and 4 will survive for ENCE.
Yeah, it couldn't really be more perfect than that. You know, you pick up the Krieg, only one person on your team dies, and you know you've defeated what can be a really dangerous round. So fantastic for ENCE on the comeback trail here. Of course, if you are just joining us, if you're not familiar with the formats, it is a best of 1 at this stage. And we'll have to see if ENCE can continue. Got the Deagles out in force for Na'Vi, 3 of those, Flamey, Boomich, and Electronic. Simple with a Glock. And at this point for Na'Vi, their objective is to get some damage. They want to get a couple kills. That is the most reasonable thing you can play for, set up for. Without utility, it's just a struggle to get into position.
I like where it says no utility on the HUDs when someone has no utility. 1 minute 15 on the clock. The struggle is real on the T side, it seems, perhaps for both squads. ENCE is content to stay through the Ivy area. He will duel. He has little to lose. When do you see a long-range duel with a UMP like this? He's tapping versus pistols, and they're not getting much of anything. In the meantime, Boomich will try to. I think he may have just been spotted there in Sandwich. Indeed, you can see Alu lining things up. Boomich will try to be a magnet for these CT players, but no one's in position to capitalize on this. They're still trying to shoot ENCE, who is dueling with a UMP and making a fair amount of money. And that has wasted so much time. There are 35 seconds left on the clock for Na'Vi to die.
And die they will likely do. That's an interesting sentence.
Yes, it is that.
Is that something I'm
so much time to line that one up.
Something I'm working on. And ENCE will pick up another one. A given, many would say. At least it was in that situation. So either way, Na'Vi, AWP on Simple, of course. Pretty much all the utility you can want, just really missing a couple items on Simple, but otherwise, we'll see how they decide to open this one up. At this point, we haven't really seen them establish their defaults and establish their pacing, so... Okay, well, they're going to go fast. The nades do incredibly large amounts of damage. It's going to take down Flamey with 3 nades, and Na'Vi, they're losing their heads. They went for the fast approach, and they have been obliterated. Absolutely blitzed here on the A-bomb side as they make their way out connector. The pre-nades were great from ENCE, and now Simple and Electronic have quite the task on their hands. Okay. I respect it.
With a completely straight face.
I respect it.
But it's not an enjoyable half just yet for Na'Vi. ENCE are on the catch-up. Again, it was très difficile in the first map. But they've escaped France. I don't know how that makes any sense, even for me. But I'll leave it there. Simple, trying to do what he can with the AWP. Sergey with the one of the more awkward angles. Unexpected, but of course it's Simple. Worst person to face, even with an awkward angle.
How are they going to do this? So there's a flank coming in as well. Alu's on the angle, take down one. Electronic now has to kill everybody. And Alu nails it with the Kree. That's some good work for sure. And they are one away from tying things up. And it's actually looking a lot cleaner from ENCE so far. I would expect Na'Vi to slow things down immensely on their next full buy round, but that will not be the next round, I don't think. They don't have quite enough. We'll see a half buy from them, most likely. In comes the half buy. A little late to the mark there for some of the Na'Vi players. But what's unfortunate here is that I feel like they could maybe have mustered a couple more bits and bobs in terms of utility. Bits and bobs and doodads.
Yeah, the T side has been a non-starter. It has been a non-starter. Na'Vi have not won a round just yet in this half. Maybe it changes now. Not bloody likely, though. They do have some flashbangs, however, which may give them a chance. Got some grenades being deployed towards both sides. 3 players around Ivy French. So, oh my god. Okay, then, Alu. If you say so, if you like. Aerial joins in as well. CTs with Kriegs. It's a good situation. CT with Krieg. And now ENCE are on fire. That's 5 rounds in a row for them. Ali with the mass deletions. RM, RF.
And here it is. Oh, this is going to be a bit gross, isn't it? Oh dear. Ouch. 10-10, equalizing things. ENCE Looking really smooth so far, but this is where things can change. Na'Vi, did they go slower? Maybe not. Electronic straight out into Olofmeister. Simple's there covering if any push comes to the green train or towards Hell. And there's a deep smoke. Sunny behind it. It's looking to clear out this Olofmeister position. Surely there's a flashbang for Sunny or something, some kind of nade. There's the flashbang, but it does not work at all. And Simple gets the pick onto Alu. And now life is looking rather bad for ENCE. What do they do?
It's kind of weird if you think about it. If he sees the flashbang coming, he turns to face the guy who's trying to get him from the other side, but I guess they didn't expect that. Electronic trying to make a play now. Only 3 more players to find, all on the A-bomb site. No one investigating B in the meantime. They're going to focus all their efforts on trade frags, on having the CT surrounded, and surely they've got to make a play, and they try to. X7 gets taken out. The last 2 around main, hiding in plain sight. That was a little scary. I don't know how many Electronic just saw. I think just the 1, but now we've got Boomich, the information man, on the B-bomb site, realizing that it's very likely nobody's there and the bomb can now be planted.
So the economy situation for ENCE is amazing. They've had so many successful rounds prior. As James mentioned, this will be the first round that Na'Vi are going to win. So they lost 5 in a row, and of those 5, ENCE kept the majority of their players alive. ENCE, discounting the pistol round, in every round that ENCE won in this half so far, they lost 1 player, no more than 1 player. And 3 rounds and survived with 5 in the previous one. So their money's great. So not really sweating losing players here too much for them. Keeping the AK is always nice though, but Na'Vi, what is the play in the next round? Will we get more aggression towards Olofmeister from Electronic? I felt like that was a pretty weird situation. So I'm curious if we're going to see that happen again. Do Na'Vi decide to slow things down? Do we get a continued quick pace from them? Continuation.
Can I have one of those cars? I would appreciate it.
Get a driving license first.
If shut up. 11 to 10. You're a. Never mind. You're a piece of something. Anyway, Na'Vi tries to hold on to a 1-round lead. It's been 5 for the likes of ENCE, but Na'Vi are finally on the scoreboard in the second half. Boomich has himself a Krieg. Simple has the second scope on the squad. No more Krieg for the CT side just yet. No aggression right at main area, but they are close to ladder. ENCE. Simple flash behind the smoke and Electronic will cross. Now, I imagine they will eventually set up the smoke and the molly if they have the utility in that position to take information away from Ivy, and then once again have 2 players in that ladder room, and they wait.
And they wait. 50 seconds to go, and Na'Vi need to start finding their way into some positioning that will allow a bomb to go down. Now, looking to get the pressure in on Ivy as well. 2 players there for Na'Vi. This might actually be... It looks like they're going for a fake. Potentially the bomb's moving towards the B-bomb site right now. X7 goes down. That's certainly going to sell it as rotation goes away from the B-bomb site. And they have to pick a good timing now, Na'Vi, as they come in for the attack. Can they make it work, though? They have to get past Sergey. He's close range. Sergey's going to take down one. The trades come in. Na'Vi looking very precise on these rifles. Aerial's got a good timing, but no. Simple covering the flank, and there's not too much left for Sunny to even do.
Yeah, as you saw, Alu started strafing before taking his shot. It's very strange, those situations. You have a 1-shot kill weapon, but your brain... you know, it's fight or flight. You try and do both at the same time. Every sniper does it from time to time. And who knows what difference it might have made, but here we are. It will be a second round in a row for Na'Vi. There is money for ENCE, though, as you can see. Aerial 8K, Alu 6700. For those who are audio only, it's going to be 1210 for the likes of Na'Vi.
Shout out audio only fam.
Maybe Edward Snowden's audio only.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh, thanks for that late edition, Dan. It was very necessary. Ah, he's got a rose gold chain, Electronic. A spot of the rose gold. Surprisingly difficult to find a nice chain that isn't like the kind of drug dealer type chain that Lourdes has, for example. Which has disappeared. I've only seen that once. Anyway, both teams on the buy once again. ENCE need to hold. You can see Sonic getting flashed there. Alu with the AWP. There's a forward smoke, and that may raise some concern for ENCE, but they're pretty close to main. There's a Molotov inside main as well. You can see Ariel posted up. Will he venture forth with a flashbang from a teammate?
Boomich asking questions towards B now. Actually, I wonder if Sergey will actually spot him. Boomich is teasing towards the upper positions, looking to see if he can get some information, get some clearances towards that bomb train. Sergey will now go a bit closer. It's quite a sheer angle if you want to catch Sergey from the upper position. Oh dear, that's not the frag that Ali was looking for. Does get the damage, but we'll have to see if that's going to count here. Sergey, there's no trade fragger. He's looking for him, and they're going to go back towards Popdog and Na'Vi. They have to at this point, but there's a smoke down there. Oh god, it's all going a bit wrong, isn't it? They have no idea what's down there. They can't just willy-nilly drop down. And so they'll reverse back through the white halls down towards Team Main, I would imagine. But surely this is so predictable for ENCE. They're going to easily read this movement.
35 seconds on the clock, just about. And this is going to be a brutal one. Probably, I mean, this shouldn't be something that Na'Vi can topple, because they don't really have position on any of these choke points. 24 seconds. Will there be a fourth man rotating? Looks like Alu's on the way. X7 will take 2. And that's the round over. Surely they don't pursue. Simple though. Has he gone to the point of no return? 15 seconds, and he may want to try and hold on to what he has. Oh, that's a nice shot. Okay, 2v2, 7 seconds. Surely there's no way. There can't be any cover. And it'll be a team kill at the end after Flamey died. Insult to injury. They did what they could, or they tried to. A very expensive round, a late round from Na'Vi, and one that did not go their way.
Some of Simple's flicks are so nuts. Like how quick they are. It's absolutely mad. But indeed, does not really work out for them there. That wasn't plan B or C or D. It was plan Y, it looked like, for them. Running all the way around to Ivy after they got shut down towards B. It was a bit weird to see Zeus running in as well without any trade. Must have been a miscommunication there from Na'Vi. So, and it's starting to look like they might stabilize here, and aggressive plays brewing for Na'Vi, but the counter grenades are looking to stop that. Defense around all the points, it doesn't go too well for ENCE. Electronic takes down Ariel, and they'll push, they'll press onto that A bomb site as quickly as they can. ENCE looking like they're handling this fairly well, though.
Oh, just to the side, Sunny couldn't quite reach on that occasion. A jump peek from X7. Maybe some panic. Up the ladder, down the ladder, still alive. Running distraction now, and Sergey will try to play off of it, but he can't quite find the angle in time, which leaves X7 alone in sandwich. They know where he is, or where he was. Flamey jumps away. Electronic behind the smoke. Does he dare hold? He hasn't got a defuse kit. He really needs to find one. I don't see how else he can win this round. 10-second defuse would be a tall order. There's a rotation towards Old Bomb. I don't think he's seen anyone just yet, but he has drawn one out towards E-Box, but what can he really do? From E-Box to ladder room, there's all the information for Na'Vi. They've got a crossfire on the bomb now with that rotation from Electronic, and it's 13 rounds for Na'Vi.
Indeed it is, and the money sucks, absolutely sucks. Can't emphasize it enough. So ENCE are in a really bad position from that sense, because there's only Ali that's really got any cash to speak of, and obviously XM will save the weapon. So maybe they can, if Ali drops a rifle, maybe they might consider it. But I think a very light investment here is more likely, so they can offer up a stronger round in the following one. But the problem is, obviously, is Na'Vi, they're going to move to 14 most likely, unless ENCE really throw a wrench into the works. And they've bought the AWP ENCE onto Alu, so they are really looking to throw that novelty-sized wrench into the works. And not too much action here. They've got 2 players, a 2-man setup towards the B ramp. Maybe anticipating a fast B play, because Sergey's also there. 3 on B early in the round for ENCE.
Alu needs to do a lot here. Alu and X7. The other guys on pistols, but will they even be in the right position? X7 seems to be. There isn't... Oh, well, maybe Aerial could support. I'm not sure where he is. But he's got a flashbang, that's the main thing. Can't get to X7. Now it's down to Alu. Down at the back. Doesn't see any of Simple before he falls. And the remaining 3 players are on the B bomb site. Not even in position to take these weapons. Maybe after the round if they survive, but looking like 14 for Na'Vi. You can see Sergey has rescued the AWP. And the other 2 can try to help protect him. Help keep him alive. But, well, this one seems to be going down to the wire, but since those initial 5 rounds in the half from ENCE, there hasn't been that many more. This will be the 4th bomb explosion in 5 rounds. Only one of those having been won by ENCE.
Yep, starting to look quite grim for their prospects in taking this map. But they played for this next round. They, of course, hazarded a try and attempt with what they could muster in this one. But, of course, Sergey keeps his hands on that AWP, holds on to it for the next round. And ENCE will have a pretty solid buy going into this one. AWP will, of course, feature as it was saved. MP9 for X7, not a bad look, and decent amount of utility. Will have to do. Ali will be naked, though. He's playing without Kevlar in this one. But on train, you're pretty safe against HE grenades, which is one of the more annoying things when you don't have Kevlar.
It's crunch time now for ENCE. Na'Vi are 2 rounds away from victory, and for Na'Vi, there is a great opportunity ahead of them. Little pop flash from Boomich. That's got to be a right click, just a simple right click. Nice one. If you don't have anybody handy. Simple towards Ivy. He's got Zeus in tow. Slow one from Na'Vi, apart from Boomich getting cheeky on the ladder. Doesn't take too much damage. But what is next for Na'Vi?
Yeah, well, it looks like they want to put the pressure on Ivy. Flamey will be the lone man T-Con, and Boomich as well. You can see he's just watching everything here. He can potentially go down towards Pop Dog. But of course, he's going to be more of a lurk timing. As the push comes from Ivy, he can perhaps jump out to try to punish. In the meantime, here we've got the play coming in from Na'Vi towards Ivy. That will be spotted by X7. I don't know if X7 spotted more than one, though. He will hazard a guess here. Again, the MP9 is so good at these really fast strafes and peaks, wide peaks. 30 seconds to go now to get that bomb down. It's getting tense.
33 on the clock. The bomb falls, but Simple could maybe retrieve it. That's 1 frag. He needs more, though. Very aware. Knows what could be. Manages to flash out Alu. Great combo from Simple. God, that skill ceiling is absolutely ridiculous. But there are 18 seconds on the clock, and it's 3 versus 4. All the CTs are here, and with a player in ladder room, they've got all the angles. This bomb is not going to get planted. 10 seconds now. What do they choose to do? Looks like it's a save for Na'Vi, and that's not a bad idea because it would be suicide at a crucial time. They will still have 2 rounds advantage, so there's no need to throw everything in the bin.
And continue to hold on for dear life. And they will hold on a moment longer. Na'Vi not giving themselves quite the amount of time that they required to finish this round. But as you say, you know, it's good that they made the decisive call to back away and save what they had. So it's still crunch time. It is still crunch time. I've got so many bad jokes to follow that up with, James. I'm not gonna do it.
What, crunch time?
Yeah.
I can't imagine, but I think it would physically hurt me. So
yeah.
I'm glad that you have chosen to leave.
But who's Captain Crunch?
Jeez, we've got another day to go as well. Solid stuff, Dan.
Thanks, man.
Solid stuff. I'll let Snowden know your joke if he turns up. I'm going to ask him if I can go pick up a book. I don't know if he...
Can you get me one as well? A signed copy, please.
That's double the books, Dan. You've complicated it. You've made it twice as hard now.
Is it though?
I don't know if you deserve one of jokes like that. 14-12. ENCE are fighting for this one. Perhaps they've stabilized after a very difficult first game here in Moscow. We've got the grenade off of E-Box, which goes into ladder room. Nice one to learn. Can use it with momentum. if you are coordinated enough. And Aerial looks like we'll have some support as he makes his way into T-main. Seeing nothing just yet, but he is ready.
Shenanigans. Yes, getting quite active towards these forward positions. Na'Vi looking to go straight into B, but that flank timing indeed will be quite dangerous. We'll see how successful. Ali's already looking down the channel towards sidewalk, and Sergey's on the, I think, around oil, around the high ground. So ENCE, honestly, they have good coverage here. It's going to come down to Na'Vi just having some great individual plays. They might have to shoot their way out of this one. I don't think tactically they will be able to deal with the setup of ENCE. We'll see. Here they go.
Oh.
Alu dropping down. Simple takes down Sergey, but Alu takes out Simple. That's not good. Oh, Alu's absolutely nailing it. Boomers tries to push his way forward, and he will get denied.
Molotov didn't land in the right place, it seems. I think they were trying to thwart the bomb plant, but the flashbang was well timed. Zeus with a multi-frag. Still alive for now. Aerial on the flank. Flamey with the 180, but he can't quite do it. 1v1. Zeus and Aerial. Zeus on the high ground, Aerial on the low ground, touching the bomb. Not quite committed to it just yet. Zeus not shy to have a look. Aerial committed. He's in the smoke. He's defusing the bomb. There's 1 second remaining. Zeus hasn't got anywhere near the angle. And Aerial gets the frag after time as well. Diffuse round, and that is much, much needed for ENCE. They close the gap to 1.
Importantly, though, for Na'Vi, they pick up the bomb plant there. That extra cash actually should allow them to buy. Because, oh, actually, I was going to say because Flamey had almost $7,000, but he drops an AWP. So are they going to just half buy around the AWP, or will they commit to this? Looks like they are... Oh, okay. I thought they were going to commit to it, but Simple's been dropped the AWP. So you guys can see it on your screen. They will half buy, I guess. Flamey's spent everything, though. He's spent absolutely everything. Okay, there we go. I was going to say. That was kind of weirdly staggered. I wasn't quite sure. But indeed, it will be the full commitment behind the AWP that's been dropped to Simple. Krieg on Zeus and Flamey on the Glock. Perhaps give Flamey that one.
On the Glock.
Electronic on the Galil. This is definitely not a good buy by any stretch of the imagination. However, it will be their 3rd round lost in a row should they lose this, which is $2,400 in loss bonus. If they pick up a bomb plant, that's $3,200. So they could get a half buy-in, but ENCE will likely get to 15. So really, Na'Vi have to win this round. They really have to win this one.
Boomich has got all the one-man flashbangs for the B-bomb site. There's another one, just as I say that. Beautiful stuff. And indeed, this is a very tight round for both these squads. Whoever loses this is going to be in trouble. Ooh, that's a nasty one from X7 to begin the proceedings, and that's an important position and player loss for Na'Vi. Some flashes towards B. Boomich makes his way in and makes his way out just as fast.
Yeah, all these plays are getting dismantled by ENCE. So this force buy not really working out for Na'Vi. Unless somehow Simple and Zeus get a 2v5. I feel like Train T-side is maybe one of the absolute most difficult maps to do stuff in a position like this, where you don't have position.
Well, Simple has time. He might not have position, but he's got time, and it's Simple. He's just lost half his health. But with an AWP, maybe half is enough. Not expecting Sonny, though, is he? Pulls out the AWP in time, but this angle is horrible! You always see the frag coming, but not on this occasion. 14 apiece, but the Na'Vi money is in the bin.
Yeah, it absolutely is. ENCE will likely get to 15. Na'Vi can't really afford to invest in almost anything in this round. I mean, they could get a couple flashbangs and a deagle or something, but... Oh, are they force buying again? Oh dear, James. It's another force buy.
Oh, that's interesting. Well...
I don't know about that, but...
Well, there's no overtime. So they're playing for the W. They will not accept a draw, so they feel like they're compelled. So I feel like this is related to the format.
That's, of course, you're right.
Yeah, so here we go. They are going for the force buy. It's a fast run up the IV position. Okay, it was Simple on the standing who got the frag, but Electronic did his job. Simple, he needs to do more. They're trying to capitalize on the Bedlam. So far, so good. This force buy might just work out. They're getting all the frags, but now it's a 2 versus 2. They could find some weapons. There's so much time on the clock, but they continue to push. The HE is very, very dangerous. Simple's found an angle, though, and Alu's now in a 1 versus 2. If he can find a bomb carry, then who the hell knows, but Simple is baiting. They're trying to throw the bomb! Alu walking back. The bomb's on the floor. He knows it, but he doesn't know really where the players are. That is A disaster. Oh boy, have you ever seen a situation like this?
What does Alu make of it exactly? It's really weird to see this. Falls back to a more defensible position, attacking from an easier angle. Oh, he's going to go for it. Here he is. Oh, flick is fantastic. Flame, he's ready for it. Ali's not happy about that one. But somehow, someway, Na'Vi actually find the W in that round. And yeah, that was a pretty much a must. Well, it was a must-win round. ENCE are on 14 already. So Na'Vi looking to get that win. And ENCE, the best they can do is 15.
What a gamble.
Wow.
Electronic jumped at just the right time. That is a huge round for Na'Vi. And that's a big opportunity for ENCE, which has just gone down the drain. It's gone swirling down the drain.
I think it's the first time that Na'Vi have won a round like that. The other ones have been just crushed every time they've had a force or a half.
I do wonder if that caught ENCE completely off guard, because again, you've got to take a second to remind yourself that the W is really important. So I don't know if they were expecting a force bite rush through Ivy in that round, and that's got to be quite shocking. They still have a bye, but of course their chances of winning are now zero. All they can do is draw.
And it's not too fun, is it? Let's see if they can at least ruin Na'Vi's chances at a win. They can play to ruin Na'Vi's ability to win. That's something at least, friends. You gotta play with hatred, James, like the channel your inner Sith Lord. Forward nades from ENCE. They don't have many nades. So they've got to be careful. They're dumping almost everything at the beginning of the round to make things a little bit more difficult for Na'Vi. But again, Na'Vi, they've got time. They've got superior utility now. 3-man setup towards B is that's the move here for ENCE. So again, in a position to get info towards B so that he can find out if this stack is worthless or not. And indeed, Ali starts to rotate away.
Nice spot for Sunny. The CTs generally don't go beyond this point. Maybe later on in the round, but of course they would be at a horrible disadvantage should they go further. Without utility, a nicely timed pop flash. But as you can see, there's almost no utility for ENCE. Ariel, the only man with the odd grenade. Simple being really patient, but staring at an angle is fatiguing, as any sniper will know. 40 seconds on the clock. Are Na'Vi outplaying, misplaying their advantages? Maybe they are. 2-man spray down for Sunny, and he's looking for a third. Can't quite get there, but he's got a lot of information because Zeus is carrying the bomb.
And the problem is that Na'Vi are playing this so slow, they've not given themselves too much time to adjust. X7 is in a pretty dangerous position. Oh, Electronic had to get that one. He can't find anything here. Boomage, last man standing, 18 seconds, 4 players left, and a headshot for him, thanks to